Oh, hello everyone. Thanks for taking time to listen to this message about Hannah Arendt on Africa. Hannah Arendt's writings on Africa, primarily found in the imperialism section of the Origins of Totalitarianism, are both foundational to post-colonial studies and deeply controversial for their reproduction of racist colonial tropes. Alright, the boomerang thesis. Hannah Arendt famously argued that the methods of administrative mass murder and racial bureaucracy developed by European powers in Africa boomeranged back to Europe, providing the preconditions for the Holocaust. Right, race is an emergency explanation. Hannah Arendt viewed race thinking as a psychological tool used by European settlers, specifically the Boers, to rationalize their encounter with African populations whom they found incomprehensible. Alright, bureaucracy and violence. Hannah Arendt identified the Congo Free State and South Africa as laboratories where Europeans first practiced the rule by reports and rule by decree that would later define totalitarian regimes. 2. Betrayal of Africans. Alright, critics argue that while Hannah Arendt condemned the violence of imperialism, she simultaneously dehumanized the African subjects of that violence. Right, prehistoric tribes. Hannah Arendt frequently described indigenous Africans as savages who lived without history and had not created a common world through political action. Lack of agency. Hannah Arendt largely denied cultural and political agency to Africans, viewing them as passive victims or natural beings rather than historical actors. Alright, Arendt's personal biases were notably visible when she was asked to recommend candidates for the Balzan Prize for Humanity and Peace. Alright. Though she received a detailed dossier on Nelson Mandela, she relegated him to a secondary recommendation, expressing discomfort with his revolutionary background. Instead, Hannah Arendt prioritized Trevor Huddleston, a white Anglican bishop whose nonviolence moral witness she found more legible to European sensibilities. Alright, legacy and critique. Post-colonial utility. Despite her biases, scholars at the Hannah Arendt Center and in post-colonial studies continue to use her framework to analyze how colonial violence and bureaucratic dehumanization persist in modern systems. Alright, race trigger. Modern critics like Lewis Gordon suggest Hannah Arendt suffered from a race trigger that clouded her philosophical rigor whenever she addressed black movements. Thanks for listening, everyone. Wow, I enjoyed reading this, and I learned some new things I've never even read about before. So I hope you enjoyed listening, and just as a warning, I got this information using Google AI mode. Sometimes there are some mistakes, so just keep that in mind. I hope those are minimal here, though. Okay, thanks for listening, everyone. Take care.